Hey folks, my name is Henrik Kuto. I'm the director of films such as Babysitter Massacre and Alone in the Ghost House, and you are watching Mr. Tony of the Dead.
Hey everybody, what's going on? Mr. Tony of the Dead here, and today I'm going to be reviewing a movie called Shadowbuilder. This is from 1998 and it is part of the MVD Rewind collection, and it is number 10. And it's directed by Jamie Dixon. And in this movie we have Michael Rooker, Leslie Hope, Sean Alex Thompson, and Tony Todd. And what this movie is about, it's about this demon who has been summoned to take the soul of this young boy who has the potential to be a saint. And if the demon succeeds in taking the soul, it will open up a gateway to hell and everything on earth will be perished. This was written by Bram Stoker way back in the day, so they had to take a little bit of different elements. They had to change, like Michael Rooker's part originally in the original story is like this X-Files kind of guy, and in here they made him into a gun-toting kind of badass priest, and his character is really cool. It really is a battle between light and dark, good and evil. There's no middle ground. You're either good or you're bad. And the Shadowbuilder itself, I believe probably in 1998 with the special effects, you know, probably the graininess of like a VHS tape, probably looked really cool. The effects probably look cool. I think they look good, cleaned up now, but it's a little, you could tell it's a little outdated. But he still plays a pretty cool part, kind of makes people do things for him, like manipulates them, and the longer he's in this town, it's like a quiet little town, of course, the longer he's in this town, the more influence he has over the people, and they start doing things that they wouldn't normally do. Like there was like this happy married old couple, married for a long time, and he ends up killing her in the garage, and other things are happening. Good people are smashing bottles against windows, they're doing all sorts of things. So like I said, his influence in this town is really taking it over and making it go to hell before he even brings hell to the town. Kind of cool though that the Shadowbuilder like can manipulate shadows and turn them into whatever he wants. Like if there was a dog and it had two dog shadows to it, and he turned those shadows into other dogs that attacked for him. And the shadows, you could tell they're like real things, but they give them like this shininess to them, like this, almost like they're wearing like a silk pajamas or something like that. But the Shadowbuilder himself, he talked, it was kind of cool, not in a cool way, but like it was kind of cool how he talked, I should say. And but I think because of the being cleaned up so much, you could kind of tell that he wasn't wearing anything extravagant. It was like they made him silky, his eyes were big in that. And the more he got, the kid was 12 years old and he needs 6 souls to be complete and to be able to open the door. And the more souls, with each soul I should say, he got stronger and stronger. And that part kind of reminded me of The Mummy, which I don't remember exactly when that came out, but it was definitely in the 90s, and it might have been around the same time. So like it kind of, I don't know who borrowed what from who, but it was kind of like the same thing, where The Mummy with Brendan Fraser, with every soul or person he like sucked the life out of, he was becoming more whole. And this is the same thing with the Shadowbuilder. But that doesn't take anything away from the movie. That to me it was just a comparison. Like that's the same kind of line they're going for. One thing I could complain about though, and it says it on the back, and I don't understand this, but it says Spanish subtitles. There is no English subtitles in this, and I don't like, because every movie that I watch for the first time, usually I like to see how the captions work out, you know, because sometimes there's words misspelled, or they say one thing and you know they type out something totally different. And on here I noticed when I put on the subtitles, it was in in Spanish, and there was no English, even though it said on there English. It said subtitles English, but it came with Spanish. Here it says Spanish subtitles, so there is no English subtitles on here, which I find kind of odd. I don't know why there would only be Spanish. There's usually both. You know, there's never just one usually. but just Spanish subtitles. So that's kind of a downer for me, because I like to have the subtitles on, because sometimes movies are a little too quiet, or you have to be a little quiet, you know, in your house, so you have to read it, at least for me, and that was kind of a bummer. So, you know, that's one bad thing about this, I would say. And on here you have some special features. There's making of the Shadowbuilder, you know, there's interviews with the Shadowbuilder himself, theatrical trailer, you know, stuff like that. Collectible posters inside, and like I said, Spanish subtitles, and you know, a reversible artwork as well. This does come with a slipcover, and underneath you have the same as the slipcover. And here you have the cover for Shadowbuilder. I believe this was the original, and quote me if I'm wrong, but I believe back in the day the VHS was a lenticular cover. I want to say that's right. I might be wrong. For some reason I'm thinking that, but to be honest, this doesn't look anything like the Shadowbuilder himself. And so it's kind of a misleading cover, but it's been misleading for 20 years now, so it doesn't really matter. And then on the inside here, you have this reversible art, which I do like yellow. I like the color yellow. And I don't know, it's just kind of not a great picture, but it's okay. But it's cool if you want to reverse it. I wish they would have made this a lenticular cover. That would have been cool, but they didn't. And inside you have a Blu-ray, which is region free, region ABC, so wherever you are you can watch it. And also you get a mini poster here, which I'll show you. And here you have it, mini poster, just about as big as my head, which I guess depending on the way you look at it, pretty big, could be pretty small, but anyway, it's still a smaller size poster. One thing I wish with these is that I wish they were double-sided. I wish this side had the reversible artwork, but you get this artwork from, you know, like I said, back in the day, and now you have the new MVD Rewind collection. Like I said, this is number 10 in the collection. And the other thing that I wish they would start doing, I've mentioned this in the past, I wish they would put like an actual cover on these instead of a white disc with, you know, the letters and everything in there. But I guess they just want to keep it plain as can be. But you know, I just wish there was something else on there. Shadowbuilder is definitely a movie I remember seeing on the shelves back in the day, available for rent. But unfortunately, I never did rent it. And it's not a great movie, but it's not a bad movie. I think it's just one of those like, I'm gonna put something on. I'll watch it. I think it's probably worth a watch. You know, at least one time. It's not bad. It's definitely that, you know, typical 90s kind of, I don't want to say low budget horror, but like not well known horror movie. But yeah, definitely, why not? Give it a try. And I think that MVD has been, you know, knocking these out of the park. I like that there's variety with the MVD Rewind collection. And the intro in the beginning is kind of like, you know, retro looking. It sounds like a VHS tape getting put in, and like it sounds like an old startup, like from like an old logo back in the day. It's really cool what they're doing. Even the cover here, how they're putting, you know, like stickers on it, like, what does that say, like special collector's edition. It's like a sticker, and then the horror thing over here, and it might melt. You know, that's just pretty cool things that they add. And not everyone looks the same like that. Some are a little different, but it's just cool that they do that. You know, it's a throwback to the VHS era, and I like it. I like what they're doing. And like I said, the quality on these are pretty good. And the only thing I had a problem with this was the Spanish subtitles. I don't understand why there was just Spanish subtitles. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, that's it. That's my review on this. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, hit that little notification bell, and follow me on any one of the social media links in the description box below. That's everybody. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.